You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List on 93 WIBC.
Welcome to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List. My name is Kyle Hawk. I am happy to be your host today. If this is your first time joining us, our show is all about providing you, the listener, with all the tips you can handle when it comes to home, health, and lifestyle topics. And all of our information here on the show comes straight from qualified service providers and subject matter experts. Last week we were hanging around the kitchen. We had a chat all about new appliances, cabinets, and a whole lot more. And I tell you what, if you're cooking up a storm this holiday season, you're going to want to listen into this and get some ideas for ways that you can really spruce up and create the kitchen that's going to fit your needs and your lifestyle. If you want to find that episode and all of our shows, really, you can do so by downloading our Chat with the Experts podcast. It's so easy. Just pull up the iTunes app on your home computer, the podcast app on your smartphone, search Chat with the Experts. You can find all of our shows there. Hit subscribe to stay up to date on every single episode as we release it. And of course, you can find us at angieslist.com. And whether you're looking for a reputable company that's going to fix your oven this holiday season, or maybe someone to clean your home and get your clutter under control, you can find what you need at angieslist.com. You can get reviews and ratings on service providers in your area. If you use the promo code WIBC40 when you click Join Now, you'll get 40% off an annual membership, which is now under $10 for the whole year. You can't miss it, can't beat it. Check it out at angieslist.com. Well, as the holiday season is now upon us, it is time to get out there and start finding gifts for your loved ones. And obviously, for that special someone, any ordinary gift just isn't going to cut it. And if you're thinking of making a big splash this holiday season, jewelry may be the way to go. Whether you're wanting to show your admiration to your longtime spouse, or maybe you're wanting to pop the big question, the right jewelry can be a big hit. And today we are excited to welcome back Greg Bires of Windsor Jewelry, located right here in Indianapolis. Greg joined us last year, actually, on the show to talk diamonds, and he's back with us today. Windsor has been serving the Indy area for 95 years, and their employees have been with the company on an average of 20 years, making them experts in the field. Greg purchased Windsor Jewelry back in 1998, and he's got 22 years in the jewelry business. We are very happy to have him back on the show to share with us some tips for gift giving and diamonds and jewelry this holiday season. Greg, welcome back to Chat with the Experts.
Glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me again.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, you've been in the jewelry business for quite some time. I wonder if you could share with us a little bit about what you've seen change the most over the past couple decades.
Well, probably technology on the way we design and build jewelry now. In the past, when we created a piece of jewelry, a lot of it was done by sketching on paper and hand carving the items, and now we do things by computer-aided design, and by doing that, we can really custom and make a ring exactly the way a person wants it. They can kind of see it before we finish it.
Yeah, it's and we're going to be talking today about a lot of those options as far as creating something custom, just a really unique gift to give to somebody. And obviously, this being the season of gift giving, it's a good time to be thinking about it. I want to start with a big question. We talked a little bit, I remember last year when you were on, about engagement rings, and obviously that's going to involve a diamond. And today I wanted to dig a little bit deeper into the diamond aspect of the whole thing as you're considering a piece of jewelry. What should somebody be looking for what should they be thinking about if they're looking for a diamond?
Well, the budget is something that you should probably think about before you start your search. Mm-hmm. And then go and try and find the most beautiful stone that you can find. I always tell people, look with your eye first when you're buying a diamond. If you like the way it looks, then compare the quality of the stone, the color, the clarity, the cut, the weight, and find the perfect stone. Same thing on the mounting. If you have an idea of what you want on the ring, then that way you can shop and compare different styles and designs and pick out the perfect ring.
Yeah. You mentioned kind of the eye test. And for someone like you that has been in this business so long, and the people that work at Windsor Jewelry, you're going to look at things a little bit different. I know that, I've done it. Everybody that's gone in to look at diamonds before, it can be a little intimidating. They bring out the sheets and you're talking about different clarities and things. How do you as the consumer go into that situation? Is there a way that my jeweler can actually help me through that conversation, help me understand one clarity from another? Because I know for me, when I look at one diamond, two diamonds might look the same to me, but for you, you can really tell some big differences.
Absolutely. I think it's very important that you do, when you're shopping for a diamond, that you do that in person. I mean, there are a lot of people are going to the internet to start their shopping experience. But when it comes down to it, you really need to look at the stone. And you asked, like, how do you know what the differences are? The nice thing about going in person into a store like ours is that you're going to look at them side by side, maybe 2, 3, 4 stones.
Yeah.
And you can see why the reason why one stone is priced one price and one is priced another. We can use magnification, a microscope. And then we also have just different aids that better help you to separate one quality from another and find out what's best for you.
Now, and as you're going through this whole process and talking with your jeweler, there's going to be a lot of different things brought up as you're considering one diamond over another. Are like clarity and color, are those kind of the two major things that you're looking for as you're picking one over the other?
Well, those are important, but cutting is the most important, because when you look at a diamond and it's really beautiful, like I said earlier, you want to look at the stone and pick one out that you think is very pretty and beautiful. Right. Well, the cutting is going to dictate that. So we want to make sure that it's cut perfectly so that it's as beautiful and bright and sparkly as possible. Yeah. And then we compare the color and clarity for value. Color to me is the next most important quality because we see that with our eye. Yeah. And then clarity, what might be some little features that are inherent inside the stone, as long as they're so tiny that you need a microscope to see them.
Sure.
To me, that there doesn't matter that there's anything inside the stone as long as it's so minute that you can't see it with the naked eye.
Yeah. Now, when I go into Windsor Jewelry, for example, are there going to be a lot of different diamond options on hand, or is there a possibility of ordering something that is going to come into the store? What kind of options am I looking at there?
Well, absolutely. We have a lot of options on hand, and most of the time we can find the perfect stone right then and there. But sometimes there's a certain quality characteristic and a size characteristic that a customer would like, and to put those things together, if we need to, we have access to every possible combination of weight, color, and clarity and cut that's available, and we can have those available to show within days, if not the next day.
Yeah. So if I go into the store, I find one that's right, and we take a diamond home, the next thing to think about is caring for that piece of jewelry so it's going to last. Are there some tips that you have when it comes to caring for your diamond jewelry?
Well, probably the most important tip that I give my customers is that at least once or twice a year, you bring it into the store and at no charge, even if we don't sell it. I'm happy to look at other people's jewelry.
Okay.
That we clean and inspect it. It takes us 5-10 minutes. That way we can make it always look as nice as it did when it was new.
Yeah.
And then also we can notice before it gets too critical any just normal wear and tear issues that may need to be addressed. The most obvious one is the prongs that hold the stone in. They wear down as time goes on, and so they need to be rebuilt up. And if we see that ring once or twice a year, we'll catch that before the stone starts to fall out.
Yeah, that's when you think about it, that's kind of a huge service to consider, because you don't want to wait until the stone is gone or missing, and then it's way too late to be thinking about the prongs.
Absolutely.
If somebody's going to do anything at home to care for their piece of jewelry, whether it be a ring or whatever else, are there certain chemicals that should be avoided if you're cleaning your jewelry at home for any reason?
Well, the best thing is maybe a jar of jewelry cleaner that a jewelry store would offer to you. But if you don't have that, if you use mild soap and water like dish detergent, nothing with any chemicals in it. You don't want to use bleach. You don't want to use chlorine, that type of things, because some metals and some gemstones can't handle those chemicals. Yeah. So if you use a very mild soap and water, more than likely you're not going to have any issues with any of your jewelry. So
yeah. You mentioned bringing the jewelry in and having it professionally cleaned by the jeweler, and that being a service that Windsor Jewelry offers. Is that something where I can bring it in on the same visit, hand it in, it's going to be clean and be ready by the time I leave, or is that an overnight thing? How does that process work?
If it's just cleaning and oiling, cleaning and checking and inspecting, we do that right while you wait. You can even watch if you want, and it takes us a few minutes to do that.
Yeah, it's definitely a great option to consider, especially a free service like that. That way you're not trying to handle it on your own and missing things or even taking the chance of damaging the jewelry.
Very important that you get in the habit of at least once a year, but twice a year or more often is better. But because not at first, but 5, 10, 15 years from now, it's going to be really critical that somebody looks at that jewelry. So.
Yeah. Well, it's time for us to pause for a short break here, but we are just getting warmed up here on Chat with the Experts. When we come back, we're going to talk about choosing a precious metal for your diamond or gemstone and what you can do to care for your jewelry to ensure that it lasts a lifetime. Today's show is a real gem. You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List.
Introducing the all-new Angie's List app, your on-the-go resource for great local service. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can access ratings and reviews, shop offers, and request scheduling assistance from the palm of your hand. Submit and stay up to date on your projects. Redesigned and easy to use, the new Angie's List app makes getting more from your membership simple and convenient. Anytime, anywhere. Download the free Angie's List app on iTunes today.